What are segregated funds? Well, they can be a pretty valuable tool in an estate planning toolbox. The question is, are they right for you? I'm Benny Zanetti, certified financial planner, and it's time to dig a little deeper. A segregated fund is a lot like a mutual fund in that it's a professionally managed investment vehicle consisting of stocks, bonds, and other securities depending on the investor's goals. The difference is a segregated fund is considered an insurance contract, and because of that, it comes with a lot of options and features that mutual funds just don't have. Some or all of these features or guarantees can be extremely valuable to some people, and that's why Seg Funds might be worth a look. One feature that may be valuable is creditor protection. This ensures that your Seg Funds can't be seized by creditors. This feature can be especially valuable to business owners because it protects personal assets from professional liability. Now, it should be noted that there are restrictions. You can't buy a segregated fund to protect you against an action that you know is coming down the pipe. No. That's not what they're for. Another valuable feature that some of us might be able to identify with is probate bypass. Segregated funds bypass probate. Anybody who's ever been through probate realizes how valuable this can be. When you have a named beneficiary, the death benefit goes directly to the beneficiary without going through probate, saving a lot of headache. Probably the most interesting and potentially valuable feature of a Seg fund is the death benefit guarantee, and it works like this. Let's assume that you have $500,000 that you know you want to leave to the kids, but you don't want to leave it to them quite yet. You want to wait until you're dead. Now, it would be nice if it went up, but you don't want it to go down because you worked way too hard for it. And since you can't time when you're going to die or the markets, you buy a segregated fund with a 100% death benefit guarantee. Let's assume that in this scenario, the markets do well, but you pass away. Your segregated fund is worth at the time $600,000, $100,000 more than you paid for it. What do the kids get? Well, the kids get the market value, $600,000. Now let's look at another scenario, scenario 2. In scenario 2, you pass away when the markets are low, and your segregated funds are only worth $400,000. What do the kids get? Well, because you had a 100% death benefit guarantee, the kids get $500,000, the guaranteed amount, thereby removing downside risk. Now, as I mentioned earlier, some or all of these features can be extremely valuable to some people, but to others they're unnecessary and therefore not worth the cost. Segregated funds have fees that are about 1/4 to 1/2 percentage point higher than their equivalent mutual funds. Now, that might not seem like a lot if one or two of the guarantees work for you, but for others it's just not worth it. That's why you should always talk to a financial professional before embarking on any planning strategy. This was a very short and simple video about Seg Funds designed to give you food for thought to determine whether or not they're even worth looking into. If you need any more information, feel free to contact me on my website, shoot me an email. In the meantime, stay happy, stay safe.